Have you ever given your whole heart to everyone and still felt invisible? Have you ever made others smile, but forgotten how to smile yourself? This is the story of a kind woman who forgot that her own happiness mattered too. And when life sat her down, she learned one of the most beautiful lessons of all: that you can't be whole if you keep breaking yourself to keep others together. In a small town near the hills lived a woman named Laila. Everyone knew her, not because she was rich or famous, but because she was the one who never said no. If someone was sick, she cooked for them. If someone was sad, she stayed up all night listening. If someone needed help, she left her own work unfinished to be there. People said, "Laila is an angel," and maybe she was. But no one saw what happened behind her closed door. Her house was quiet. Her dinner often went cold, and her heart slowly grew tired. Each morning before sunrise, Laila would sweep her yard, water her flowers, and visit her neighbor, Aunt Sarah, who lived alone. Then she went to work at the small village school, teaching little children how to read and dream. Her students loved her. They would run and shout, "Miss Laila, Miss Laila," and she would smile, a soft, tired smile. But every night when she returned home, her smile disappeared. The empty chair at her table reminded her. She cared for everyone, but no one cared for her. One day, after class, Laila felt dizzy. The chalk fell from her hand, and the board blurred in front of her eyes. Her colleague rushed to help, saying, "Laila, you need to rest." But she shook her head. "There's too much work. The annual school fair is next week. I'll rest later." That later never came. A few days later, the school fair arrived. Laila organized every stall, every student, every decoration. The whole village came. Music played. Laughter filled the air. Everyone enjoyed the day, except Laila. While arranging the last table, she suddenly felt her legs give way. Her body hit the ground softly, and darkness surrounded her. When she opened her eyes, she was lying in a hospital bed. Her wrists had a needle. A nurse stood nearby. The doctor said gently, "You fainted from exhaustion. Your body is tired and your heart needs rest," Laila whispered. "But the school? The fair?" The doctor interrupted softly. "Everything will wait, Miss Laila, but your health won't. You have given too much without refilling your own cup." His words echoed in her mind like bells. You have given too much without refilling your own cup. For the first time in her life, Laila didn't know what to say. She had always been the strong one, the helper, the listener. Now she was the one who needed care, and no one was there. That evening, the nurse brought her a small flower in a glass. She said, "A student left this for you. His name is Amir." Laila smiled faintly. Amir was a quiet boy from her class, shy with big eyes and a gentle heart. Next morning, Amir visited her. He looked worried. "Miss Laila, please get well soon. We miss you." She smiled. "I will, Amir." "Thank you." Amir hesitated, then said something that stayed with her forever. "My mother says, you must also love yourself the way you love others." Laila froze for a moment. That simple sentence hit her harder than any medicine could heal. It was the truth she had avoided all her life. When Laila returned home after a week, her house felt different. Not because anything had changed, but because she had. She looked around, the same chair, the same table, the same silence. But now she saw herself in all of it. She whispered softly, "I'm sorry, Laila, for forgetting you." She decided to change, not to stop helping others, but to start helping herself too. Every morning before visiting Aunt Sarah, she made time for a small breakfast. She started journaling her thoughts, something she hadn't done since her teenage years. She painted again. She laughed again. She started walking by the lake in the evenings, watching how the orange sun melted into the water. Slowly, her tired heart began to glow again. At school, her students noticed something new about her. She smiled brighter. Her voice was softer but full of peace. She started saying something she never said before. "I can't do it right now, but I'll help later." At first, people were surprised. They whispered, "Laila has changed. She says no now." But soon, they noticed something else. She was happier, healthier, more alive. Aunt Sarah once told her, "You look different these days, my child." What changed? Laila smiled and said, "I started giving the same kindness to myself that I give to others." Months passed. The whole village began to notice the quiet strength in her. She still helped people, but she no longer disappeared inside others' problems. When someone cried, she listened, but didn't forget her own peace. When someone asked for help, she helped, but didn't forget to rest. Her life became like a candle that burned steadily, not wildly. Her balance became a silent message to everyone around her. That self-care isn't selfish, it's sacred. One day, Amir visited her after class. He pointed to the empty chair in her house and asked, "Miss Laila, why do you keep this chair empty?" "No one ever sits there." Laila looked at it and smiled. "That chair," she said softly, "is for me. Whenever I forget myself again, I sit there, breathe, and remember who I am." Amir nodded, not fully understanding, but he felt the peace in her voice. That chair became a symbol, a reminder that even the kindest hearts need a place to rest. Years later, people still talked about Laila. But this time, they didn't just say, "She helped everyone." They said, "She taught us how to help ourselves too." Because her story became a lesson for every tired heart. Every person who gives and gives until they have nothing left. If you're listening to this right now, maybe you're like Laila. Maybe you keep saying yes, even when your heart whispers no. Maybe you care for others so much that you forget to care for yourself. But listen, you deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own time. You deserve your own love. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't heal others if you never let yourself heal. Take time to rest. Take time to breathe. Take time to love yourself. Because you are the one person you'll spend your whole life with. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who always puts others first. And tell me in the comments, when was the last time you did something just for yourself? Remember, you deserve your own love first, because the world needs your light, not your exhaustion. Subscribe to Rise Stories for more stories that not only teach English, but also touch your heart.